Hi, so this is my review of the FONZO robot vacuum cleaner. So essentially it's a automatic robot which goes around your house on carpet or wooden flooring and then vacuums up any dirt, any dust, any pet hair, that kind of stuff. It also has a sensor in front of it so it can detect any objects in the way and then navigate around those. So a really good type of high-tech vacuum here. So it's quite a big package, you can see here, it's filling up all the screen, but the point is, this is it, comes in this packaging, quite straightforward, quite good, but you can see inside is the robot vacuum cleaner itself, plus the wireless charger that goes in as well, so it can actually navigate to this charger, charge itself through the wireless capability, and then it's pretty much good to go throughout the entire house. So let's open it up and have a look inside. So inside we do have another box. It's like this. Nice, you can see it in a bit more detail. The sensor, the buttons on the side, that kind of stuff. So it's a wireless charging robot sweeper. This is how it's marketed. FONZO, so brilliant as a gift in my opinion. Let's have a look inside even more. So maybe able to see, I've just opened this and it's pretty well packaged, pretty serious. This is a pricey item, but for what you get, and I'll show you what the capabilities are in a second, could be quite good value for money. So here's the instruction manual in English, everything included. So the robot, the power plugs, the batteries that goes into the actual robot itself, so it then charges when it hits the wireless charger that's here. A couple of brushes and spare brushes and that kind of stuff, so all that kind of good stuff. What else? The features itself, so it's got ultrasonic obstacle detection, collision detection, anti-falling sensors, ultrasonic dust sensors and virtual wall, so basically how to navigate around a path, those kind of things. The cleaning features, so it's got side brushes, it's got the suction inlet, it's got loads of different things, so a HEPA filter, debris filter, mop track, UV light, that's quite a good one to exterminate bacteria, and even a wet mopping base. So lots and lots of things in here, which are described on the product page anyway, but just so you can get an idea of what we're about to go through. The modes it has, so it has an auto mode and a manual mode, and it goes through these different stages of flow before it loops back to the beginning. So that's that, and pretty much a straightforward installation guide which we'll go through now on how to install it. So put the battery in place by taking out the cover, put the battery in, reinsert the cover, put the dustbin in there as well, how to charge, so all this good stuff. So let's leave that for now. So at the end you've got a warranty card as well, so that's good. It does say the recharging time is about 3 hours, so equal to or less than 3 hours. That's okay, and it's even got some troubleshooting messages that might come up as well. Maintaining it as well, how to remove, how to install, that kind of good stuff. So with that out of the way, let's go into it. Let's have a look at this first. This looks like the wireless charging base. So you can see quite sizable. My hand is this size, but the point is it just sits in the side somewhere, sits in a corner somewhere, and then the robot navigates to it. You can also see it's got some inbuilt speakers here, presumably for different error messages or even notification messages to say what's happening. There's a nice LED panel at the top, which should probably light up when it's powered on. You've got the power socket here. You've got something here which could be for the cables, but for me it remains to be seen. Obviously I'll have a look in more detail in a second. And this is seems to be a headphone jack or a similar jack type function, and I'll find out what that is in a second as well. Also actually on the bottom it's got a nice rubber finish, so it doesn't really ruin the wooden flooring or the carpet. It's a nice kind of soft bouncy finish. Okay, what else? Inside we've got the cleaner, so it's kind of a microcloth cleaner, fine. A filter, some batteries, the power itself, that's here. It's a normal power connector you can see there, with the UK power plug. And that's actually detachable as well, so you could take that off if you need to, store it away nicely or however else, and then insert it back if required. You've also got a remote to control the unit itself, so direction, play, pause, that kind of stuff. Power and the fan settings, so you can change all of that. This looks like the battery which goes into the actual robot itself, so you can see it's all contained within this. This is in there and then it just charges that way, wirelessly through these connections here. Right, so it's a lithium ion battery, 2600 milliamp hours, that kind of stuff. Now if we remove this, you can see the main unit itself. Here it is, pretty serious. So this is quite large. My hand is of this size, so it is definitely not a toy. So you can see it's got some settings on the top, which obviously lights up when it's powered on, time, UV setting, the vacuum setting, those kind of things, some protective just foam things on the side. This side you've got a couple of sensors and that kind of stuff that goes all the way around. You can see that here. On the bottom you've got the brushes to obviously sweep up behind it. You've got the wheels down here for navigation. This obviously controls the way it moves, so that's just forward, but this is the actual navigation of left or right, that kind of stuff. The on button is down here, covered by a nice rubber sleeve there, so it keeps it safe from any dirt, any kind of stuff. The UV light is back here, which you might be able to pick up. And this will be part of the suction as well, which then goes into this area, which is obviously the container for it. So it says take this out before using, fine. The point is you've got the cleverly placed brushes here to obviously sweep up all that extra dirt, and that goes in here. Moving back round, you can see here, we push this button, it comes out this way. This is how it comes out. So this is where all the dirt is collected. You can then obviously clean it that way and that kind of good stuff. I think you can also take this out like so. So it's a hinge there. Then you can replace the filter. So here's that filter, that's this here. You can replace that if it gets dirty or needs to clean or whatever else. Yeah. So hopefully that makes sense so far. You can see some of the options there. Wash inside here, obviously, because the dirt goes in here, and that's how you clean it. See, that clicks on back in place nicely. Also, what I like about this is, yes, it detects any collisions, but also because of the sensors at the front, if it does collide with something, it's not going to push that object back or this back, because there's some built-in almost suspension, I don't know, rather than another word, but it kind of just pushes that in, so there's no damage to the device or to the device or to the object it's hitting. There's some of this built in, if that makes sense. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what actually this looks like. I'll now turn it on, show you what the wireless charging unit and how that works, give you a sample footage of how this works on carpet and wooden flooring, and then we'll go from there.